Okay. um, Today is day 6 of the video journal. I have a new setup. uh, I cleaned up my stuff a bit on a few fronts. I moved my entire desk setup, my monitors, closer to the window, so now I have some natural sunlight, which feels great. Actually, feels warmer than I was before. Further away from the leak. Um, I have the humidifier set up and running today. I hope the sound isn't too annoying. I see that it's getting picked up by the audio capture. I'm using a OBS today because, well, I've used it. It's simple enough to use, and it's better in a lot of ways. Simply put, yeah. I'm still anxious about getting into this. The whole concept of sharing this potentially, I kind of put myself in a position where I promised myself, if no one else, that I was going to do this, and now I'm doing it. Uh, let's see, today is Friday. Okay, so there we go, I guess. Trying to think if I should release the first video on Saturday or Sunday. I wanted to have a week's backlog, just for my own sake, if nothing else. And I don't know if I would qualify 7 days. I'm thinking I release it on Sunday. Then I have 7 videos in the catalog and one to release. It leaves me with 7 at the end of the day when I release the first one. So there we go, Sunday. um, my watch is charging. It's kind of a. I feel like my entire setup is just overkill. It's not particularly fancy, but there's a lot of wires. Yeah, it just seems like too much. It feels excess. So the idea here, an art stream. I have so many plans in the summer, so many different things I want to invest in myself for. And including in that is a proper computer. I think I can get the parts to upgrade my old monitor, my old tower, I mean, for a decent price. So this is just an image I stole. It's pretty bad resolution. Okay, so I saved you a little bit of time there, and myself some privacy. Um, I'm not gonna save you from this effort. Now it's a matter of getting it all into one file. Um, I'm sure I'm doing this very inefficiently. In fact, I know I am. But I do wonder if there's an easy way to do this. Either way, I'm gonna enjoy a sip of water before I continue. I need to relax. I got a grocery um, delivery so often that I have a duffel bag full of these Walmart bags. Yeah. So maybe I should explain a little bit of what's going on here as I do it. These are AI generated book pages. They're very vaguely readable. If I were to put this through an image processor, it could give me a legible text, which will probably be part of this process somewhere along the line. Well, let's figure that out as we go. Might have opened some duplicates, but that's okay. This is the Bob Ross of schizo collages, I hope. Mm, I'm not quite. uh, Maybe I should embrace that a tiny bit. Oh, feels nicer in the head to take off the hair tie. Yeah. Okay. I know no one probably wants to watch this part of the process. If anyone wants to watch any parts of the process. But again, this is more for me. This entire project is very selfish, selfish in nature. Selfish, yeah. Um, well, at the moment, it is. I'm the only partaker in this idea so far. So obviously, I can't. On a similar note, I've consumed a lot of content involving people just talking to the camera casually and creating art. So it's nice to be on the other end of that for a change. I'm starting to put together some motifs and such as I go here too. I'm not. Oops. Not like that mattered. Okay. Some of these are vaguely creepier than others. Uh, my prompts were varied. I tried to generate an entire book like this. I still have a lot of the files too. This is my first time utilizing them, really. I've been interested in AI generation since what I believe were the early days, though the technology goes back before I was born or thought of. I was as recent of an adopter as possible, or as like I adopted it as soon as I could. Is what I'm trying to say. I've I was there in the trenches with Chat GPT 1. Before that, even with Markov. bots that were trying to do a similar kind of crazy text prediction, text generation kind of thing. Yeah, that's kind of fun. I also found it interesting. Even the mockery of intelligence was interesting. It was like the generation of novelty, basically, is what I found interesting. This is one of my. I like this picture. Um, in hindsight, it's very hands are fine-ish. If you look too hard, there's a lot wrong with it. I believe that's enough to get started with. Now, my canvas is very much too large here. Um, yeah, so here I have some upscaled images of the original, this strange looking Gnostic liberation diagram that I can't read. All I really know is that it's strange and vaguely interesting. Uh, that's just a one for one, the same image. Sorry, just making sure everything's still going. Yeah. Okay, so this is probably a usable size. Let's see. It's still not readable, but that's okay. Okay, so I, for a moment here, I want to roll myself a doobie, breathe and relax, and not feel like I'm in a rush to do anything of value because I'm not doing much of value. I'm gonna make a mess of this, and it'll be colorful. It feels nice doing something without pressure, so much pressure. Yeah, I've been finding it difficult to even want to play games because I don't. A lot of the games I'm into right now are team based, right? If you do poorly, you do poorly for your whole team. And with that in mind, when I'm not feeling at my best, I don't want to do it. But when it's for me, when it's this, even if I'm not at my best, it's still progress. It still counts as like a good thing. I'm improving myself. I'm not decreasing the chances of anyone else while doing it. Yeah. That sunlight is beautiful, though. I noticed within half an hour of moving over here, within closer with the direct sunlight on my skin, uh, the first meal I had was so much better. So much better that I thought, I wonder if this is a real thing. Like, is this like some weird placebo? But no, males produce a hormone, ghrelin, that increases appetite. No, that's like specific to males for some reason. Apparently, the estrogen in females uh, blocks it. My pronunciations are probably very, very wrong. That's okay. Um, okay, so I have a few different methods when it comes to creating art in this collage format. I wonder if there's a way to full screen my OBS. I mean, I should figure that out later. It's okay. There's a few different methods for the collage format. Sometimes it's purely text, purely image editor. I don't use anything but Krita, which is yeah okay. Um, all this to say, I'm considering using the tablet and including some very more lively brush strokes of my own instead of just relying on what's here. Um, I might touch it off with that and finish it off with that kind of thing. I'm not gonna. I don't. I think setting that up is possible, but I'm not sure I have enough USB inputs for the webcam and that. I also think it's Bluetooth, so I'll figure that out in a bit here. Okay. Alongside that, this pre-planned of running some of these through the text image recognition thing of ChatGPT, if not that one, some other one, whatever DALL-E may be. Some kind of image reader. Doesn't need to be um, open AIs. And then I'm considering switching over to the program GIMP here, purely for the text editing, because its text editing software is beautiful and very much more convenient than Krita's. But I like Krita's. I'm familiar with Krita and the tools and the tools here and what I can do with it. So I'm gonna stick with this for the first stage of the process here. Um, that's 20 minutes. This is gonna be a longer. What I call it? What I call almost I called it an episode. This is gonna be a longer entry, which you're already gonna know about since you can see the timestamp. No surprises. Okay. Oh, where did I put? At 500 rolling papers for the price of. Well, these are $10. You can generally get 50 for $2.50. This is not this is not a placed sponsor. Or I wish, but no. I'm just a stoner who's cheap. Okay. This is such a weird experience. It feels like psychedelic almost every time I do it. It's out of the ordinary. It's not what I normally do. It's not. I don't normally show myself doing it or take the time to talk to myself like this. And the assumption of an observer is useful for me for reflection of some kind. A kind of reflection I can't define exactly. It's not. It's weird, but it's nice in a way to think that I might be seen. It makes me want to be on my best behavior in some way. Like Santa Claus is coming to town. Another weird. That's a weird metaphor. You know, just being observed. because of the observation acting differently. That's, that might be a bit of a stretch here to but playing with the idea, like the observer effect. The mere act of observation changes the system, and you see the observer effect on workplaces, noticeably around shitty managers or scary managers. If not shitty, then scary. Everyone changes. Okay, on my best behaviors. I rolled it backwards. I'm a pro at this, I swear. It's probably a lot grosser on camera than it feels in real life to do that. Okay, I don't know, man. I'm at some point where I'm trying to not apologize for existing, but still improve. And in not apologizing, I want to also be not even subtly apologetic in the fact that I hide everything. I hide myself from the world out of for the world's sake. No, I'm not. I'm not sorry anymore. It's something I've dealt with for a long time with shame and guilt for often for things that I was never involved in. If not for a kind of OCD, which I was diagnosed with as a late teen. If not that, then for social, societal reasons, not to get into that at the moment. Okay, so we have a key here. I saw the key, and the key is interesting. Where is the key? One of these is the key. Now this is how we start. um, this tool here. If I hover it enough, it should tell me what it is. No. Well, it's the color selector tool. With this, I select all the white, and I remove all of this. Um, now you see that grabs some maybe vaguely interesting geometry, so I'm going to cut that instead of removing completely. This lighter shade, though, this white, I am going to get rid of. Well, it's a little bit hard in the eyes right now. I like to work on simultaneous areas sometimes. Let's separate the colors here. I already see some cool, interesting forms developing. Um, Now with this, it's okay to use duplicates of certain items. Again, I'm just removing one color, keep one color. Maybe we do the reverse. You do that. I don't know. I don't see. I don't quite know yet what's happening. We're just doing things. try not to like. You don't want to you don't want to put an image in a place where it removes something from the existing image. Rather, you want it to add something in some way. Ideally, um, and this art form in particular, mistakes are irrelevant and non-existent. I was a little quick to say that. We'll find out though. No, there's something I like about this idea here, cutting the skeleton in half with the black, and then having this idea of a kind of recursion or a network of holonic items as entities. And these obviously represent a human in feedback, humans in feedback. Okay. Now, the one downside to these AI generated images, well, okay, the downside to images in general is the squareness of them. We don't like square images. They're hard to work with, and they're quite ugly. I'm gonna keep that part, but I came here for the blue. The light blue. There we go. And what else? I think that's all I want from that image. So I'm gonna do that. Basically, remove it for now. Maybe I don't even pull that in yet. I just work on something else. So the biggest thing to make the most important thing to make this seem more like a coherent image and not just a collection of images is to do a lot of layer separation, entangle the images between layers, and to knot them up in such a way where you can't tell where one image begins and the next ends. That I find helps create the separation that I'm personally looking for. Sorry, a separation. There's more so a blending of the images in a way that you can't tell that there's separates. In a couple of different ways I was trying to word that at once and it came out weird. But we continue. Black here. I'm taking the black. Um, Now I transparent that just to see what's left of the colors on this. Okay. Sorry for the pauses here and there. That's just life. So I was separating the colors on this thing. Hmm. I'll probably take this darker shade of brown too, because there's a nice face here, and I'll pick up. Shift and then click again. I get some of this darker stuff too. There we go. That doesn't seem like it did much, but I like that it made the edges a little bit more distinct. Oops. Anyone who knows their hockeys is going to be very frustrated with me. That's cool too. I'll probably use both of those halves. But this gives me a border that isn't too uniform, which in itself helps remove the squareness of everything. Though I wanted the face here, I can't really pick it up without also picking up everything else. So this is probably scrap the rest of this image. Let's see. Okay, I'm gonna keep. Ooh, I'll keep that. No, I'll probably have to invert colors or play around with the colors there, though, just to make it more interesting. It's brown. I don't like the borders, and it's okay being brown, but not anything visually important. It should not be that color of ugly, boring brown. We'll expand this a bit just so I have a little more working room. I want to move that down so I can see it clearly. I also have a obviously much larger upscale version of the upscale I did of the original image. Um, I like having a central figure. It's nice to have a human, honestly. Um, I don't know. It does seem out of place. Oh, there you go. That was even being used. So I'll put this up here somewhere. I'll maybe use it. Um, I don't quite know yet. Let's do that. Sure. I'll change the opacity on it just a little bit to make it look further behind. I'll also change the size of this because that's the intention is to create some kind of depth and sure. So my process is quite chaotic. There's a method to the madness though. Like this image here, I was immediately when I saw it and the other round motifs here, it becomes quite obvious where I might be able to utilize it. Um, so in overlapping these shapes, I can probably create something completely unique that has aspects of all of them. Now, the question is, how much time am I going to in put into it? Which maybe I won't think about right now. I'm gonna have fun with this. That's the goal. Oops, did I? There you go. Okay, now that's really hard to see what I did. um, Looks like the same image, but now I can do this. Say, which is not exactly what I want to do here. Though it gives me an idea how I can better incorporate the text. If I play with the arrangement, I can make it look natural in some sense. I can make it look as if it fits. There's something interesting about this motif too here, though. This is a kind of a side project that has developed suddenly. aside from the main image. Oops. Mm, there's something. Okay. So the original intention here is to create a interesting. Oops. Hmm, it's really hard to see what's going on here. So let's put this up. Maybe we want. Well, to be honest, let me just get rid of that. And it makes the smallest change. Let's see. It's a change that I largely like. Um, Even this added red text is creepy and kind of neat. If it's on that nice, let's keep it. It's very messy. Noisy is the word. Um, I'm looking for something. Always looking for something. And now, so I should probably, to get rid of some of the noise, I could, make the colors complement a bit better. For now, we'll still just dissect some more images here. Now, there's two nice circular motifs in this, and they're a nice color even. Though I could always change the colors. I'm generally looking for structures more than anything. Uh, um, the pillars are cool because we have some pillars already. Um, we'll grab. Ooh, these flames are neat. We'll grab all of that as much as possible. Now, I might lose track of all this for the next long while and forget that these layers are hidden. But when I find them, I will make good use of them. How much of these can I get without, like, there we go. Now, all that's left of that image, mind you, these are all AI generated, so I'm not destroying anyone's work. Except for the Gnostic Liberation image. I don't know where it came from. uh, yeah, I don't know if you can sue me. Something tells me I'm not going to get in trouble. Now, this is a strange idea to hide nose to him. But as I mentioned before, the his hand's fucked up. The cup's not right. So, in hiding him, we kind of do have a dual purpose here. And I can do something vaguely interesting with the other line that circle up with his eye. The privilege of the Illuminati. uh, Aside from being an Illuminati symbol, I find eyes are just interesting in general, even to regular non baby eating people. But yeah, and so in this position, we bring focus on to the eye, which I'll clean up potentially later. In this, I want to cut this to a new layer so that I can put it underneath some stuff and move it over. Now, let's put it as far underneath as we can without it bleeding into. Put it there, it gets hidden by the black entirely, so put it there. That brings some of the colors together. I need more black around the edges here. Okay, so I don't know why exactly, but I find working in a black background is ideal for me. I just find it more vaguely more aesthetically pleasing. My colors are a bit off here. I do wish this was a more deeper black, so excuse me. That's the kind of quality you get with me. So I kind of forget exactly what I'm looking for here, if I'm to be honest. I'm looking for some kind of contrast. Now, I've done this before. I don't do it incredibly often. Maybe it is perfectly black already, and I'm just. I think that looks a little better. This gray thing here looks kind of awkward, so I'm going to get rid of it. Sometimes the color shades are too subtle for the AI to pick up on, and you just gotta do it yourself. Now, let's see if I can do that in a vaguely nicer way. Trying to figure out why. Oh, I see. I could see what happens when I just move this around. Now, I'm not quite a fan of the pentagram thing right there, but here we go. I do like something about this. If I can. Now, I know it's messy, but I find that to be part of the fun. In this, I create a kind of unity among the images while removing some less relevant or fitting parts. Now, I would. Hmm, this. Well, this is a funny way to do it. I think I stretched out the text in a bad way doing that, but let's see. Mm, sometimes Control Z is your friend. I do like something about this image here. Do I need to fix that? It's honestly easy enough. I'm being a little bit lazy. I do something like that, and then just some reason gradient ends up being easier to use than the infill option, which is the bucket here. I've at least maybe I picked up a bad habit, but it works enough for me. There we go. It's a nice, prettier square. That's irrelevant, though I like some of this red text, which comes from this layer. Maybe I can move now in a way that improves the final image. Now, this is neat, this border piece. And because of the nature, I might end up messy. I kind of like it. Can I do that and then stretch it? I'm going to try and make as much of the text legible as possible by the end of this. That in itself is kind of part of the fun here for me. The content is not so relevant as is the execution. If it looks interesting, I've accomplished my goal. I'm not, I'm not actually trying to write something profound. That's not the point. But I might write some funny, weird shit. Maybe not ha ha funny, but we'll see. Um, Now we've created something totally unique now already. I've been recording for 50 minutes. Um, this is more fun than I expected to have. And I don't want to end it. Now, what I'm looking for is where did these hands come from? Which layer? There you go. Now, um, this piece was very central a moment ago. Is it still central to the meaning of this artwork? Funnily enough, no. But what? Hmm. How central was that image? Really? Like this was my basis for this entire project was this image. How much of it is relevant is the question. Insert profound statement here. Yeah, I'm gonna do this. I'm not gonna get rid of it because it might be useful later, but I'm gonna absolutely butcher it for the sake of myself. And this is a neat a neat way to break the edge of the screen, break the idea of the square, while keeping some kind of aesthetic. I don't know. There was some thought to that. Now, what layer do I put that on is the other question. Maybe I put this way at the top. It was the first idea I had. Maybe it deserves it. No. But maybe not. Maybe we put the border at the top. And that in turn gives it depth that it didn't have before. And these grid patterns are also vaguely interesting. Cool. So in this madness, I can potentially create a semi-legible text. I think it'd be interesting. I'm gonna end it here. Um, let me do something first. One last thing. I do here for now. There's a way to open this up, and let's just do this. Oh, the joys of art. Alright, this is what I was trying to get at. This is our image for today. Um, I wanna work on it. I wanna improve it. I think tomorrow's goal is to finish it. That sounds fun. And on that note, I hope you have a good rest of your day and enjoy your life. Uh, yeah, with love. Goodbye for now.